This is the face of someone who just got their brand new Lego set in ready on a Friday afternoon for a weekend of building. Now I'm really excited for this one, and I'm so glad that I waited to actually order this because I've got the new Lego Modular Jazz Club, and when I first saw this came out, I heard that the moving truck was a potential gift with purchase. And this is the first time I'm opening this, so what I decided to do was I actually decided to wait before ordering this, and I'm just seeing the first time for the box. This is awesome. So it's actually a pretty big set, but before we get into that, this is one of the things I was so excited to be able to get was the moving truck. Because it goes perfectly with Jazz Club, with the rest of the modulars. So I'm actually going to do a couple of videos on this, the Jazz Club, and all these sorts of things that go along with it. So I've got the moving truck and this big thing. And, okay, you ready? That is the new Lego Jazz Club. I'm so excited to be able to build this. And I actually plan on building this on a live stream. So by the time you're watching this video, the live stream will have happened because I actually want to show you the build within this video. But it just looks such a good set. I'm so excited to be able to build this as well as the moving truck. So we're going to jump into that right now in this video. After a successful build and live stream, I want to share with you my review and give you as much information as I can. So stick with me till the end because there are a few really cool parts in here that I want to show you. As you can see, this is the whole building. It comes off into multiple sections. So we've got the roof, actually two roof sections. This one specifically for the greenhouse, and I'll share more about that in just a second. Then we've got the dressing room and stairway, as well as the entry off to the side roof. This one, we've got the tailor shop, the owner's office or the manager's office. It's got some really cool little unique builds in it, and I'll run through each of these in just a second. And then on the first floor, we've got the Jazz Club, the magicians down there, as well as the pizza or pizzeria, and the little delivery scooter down there. So let's run this through from the ground up so that I can give you a really great idea of what's in this set. Down here, we'll start off with the pizzeria. This is a really cool little shop. It's got a wood-fired oven, and if you watch the live stream or you want to go back and watch the live stream, you can see that I actually accidentally put the wood the wrong way around the first time. My bad. Anyway, it's comes with a few really cool little details like the pizza on the counter, the chef with all the ingredients next to him, the cheese, the hot dog, the green oregano, I presume, or if you're in America, or oregano, as well as a couple of condiment bottles, as well as the entryway to the tailor's shop, which has a little purple door which matches perfectly into his whole purple door theme and purple theme, which is quite cool. It Gives me a real like Friends vibe of the purple interior of Monica and Rachel's apartment. In the jazz club, we've actually got one of my favorite little rooms, which was a cool detail, which is actually the bathroom in there. It's a fun little build. It was honestly a little bit unexpected for me, but it was really cool. There's space in the jazz club. Well, from the front, you've got the ticket booth and this really cool little triangular build at the beginning as the entryway with what shows are on and all that sort of thing. And then the doorway coming through. Once you get inside, you've got a couple of performance minifigures, which are the jazz club singer, or the jazz singer, and the magician. Both really cool minifigs, really love having them in there. And I'm just imagining how good of a singer the jazz musician is. You've got some really cool accessories with the magician as well. Lego has really gone for the cuteness factor on the bunny rabbit, as well as the sort of cloth that they pull out of their sleeve and all that sort of stuff. You've got that, as well as flowers coming out of a hat. So she's got like a full collection of magic tricks up her sleeve, literally and metaphorically, as well as in here you've got the drummer, the bass player, and enough seating for 6 minifigures in the display or in the kind of seating area, which is really quite cool. Really like having that there. Looks awesome. It's been well designed. The stage build was actually quite fun because it is on a triangle shape, so it fits perfectly into the corner and then cuts across. So how that was built in was actually a really cool part of the build, and that is actually on the live stream when I was building the base of this. So that's the first floor, and then at the back, I'll show you this one last detail. At the back, there's a little wood storage area for the wood-fired pizza oven, which is quite a cool little feature to have in there and add on. At the front, you've also got, I just put a little parking space for the pizza delivery driver, so that he's got somewhere to park his scooter. He comes with a helmet and a headpiece or a hairpiece, so you know, you've got options on whether he's riding a scooter or not. He doesn't have to be riding it all the time. It's a nice little lattice piece of the vines and plants and flowers hanging out the outside, and that theme kind of carries through a little bit into the rest of the build. So moving up to the second floor, we've got our first stained glass windows in here. These are really cool, really nice, and if you want to do an animation or want to show them off, kind of like I'm doing now, put a light behind them. This is an old video trick. If you want to make something really bright and stand out, put a light behind it and it will just light up all the colors really, really nicely. So I recommend doing that if you wanted to like put this on display or something, try and get a little light in behind there. But the other great thing about this set is it's not just 2 kind of stores in here, it's 3. Like I mentioned before, you've got the pizzeria, you've got the jazz club, but then you've also got the tailor shop up here, and it's got some really, really cool little details in there. It's got a cloth rack with a few different colors, so black, green, gold, red. You've got the tailor, of course, in his shop. Then you've got a dress stand or a stand of some kind, and a sewing machine that he can sit at, and there's a little stool there for him to be sitting and working. And the story in the instruction books, because there's a few little stories in there, is that the gold that he's got on his sewing machine is leftover material from the dress that he made for the jazz singer, which is quite a cool little story and a nice little add-in to complement the entire build. Now on the jazz club side, the owner's office has a balcony that overlooks the stage, so she can have a performance every night when she's there in the office and can enjoy the live music, as the owner should be able to do. That overlooks from her office, which has a really funky build about it with the desk. Really, really enjoyed how this came together. So it's got sort of an old-fashioned style phone and a few other sort of little accessories, a lamp, and the main thing is the angle on this desk. It is really cool. It's been well designed, because there's also a few other details. Record player in the corner, as well as the artwork on the wall. There's also an extra chair for someone to come in and have a meeting with the owner of the club. All of that is divided by a doorway which has the stairs running up the middle, so it kind of, the stairs go up and then back and then up and then back again. And then that is just topped off by a little balcony at the back, which is quite a nice detail. So that is our second floor. Now as we go up to the third, this is a really cool little dressing room for our main jazz singer. And she's got some artwork on the wall, which I believe in the story came from the art gallery, the El Cubo art gallery at the Palace, at the Boutique Hotel, I should say, is where she got that apparently, at least from my memory in the instructions. She's got a couch, comfy place to sit on. She's got a mirror on her dresser as well as a hairbrush, and all the yellow lights that you would expect. Again, it's got these front stained glass windows, which are really nice little builds. All of that has some windows that open up at the back. This really does bring the build together quite nicely. And then some music notes so she can warm up her voice and get practice singing before going live on stage, so she's warmed up and ready to go. Now on the other side of this, just above the tailor shop, is a really nice little detail, and I want to emphasize something here in a second. The chimney from the wood fireplace, or the wood-fired pizza fireplace, finishes up here on this side, so it's a nice little way to top it off and a good detail to have. But then I want to highlight this greenhouse. Now, this was a fun build to do, and you can see here I've actually taken the carrot out because I did have another sort of build that I that I had to use it for, but I will put it back once I've finished using it for that. So this opens up so you can kind of reach in and grab out anything you like, or if you're doing a stop motion, you can animate the chef in here. But this is for the pizza chef. It's a really cool little snot build. It's been designed really well from the back there. You can see, or hopefully you can see some of the hinged pieces and the windows. So bringing the greenhouse together was a really cool little idea, design, using some pretty funky pieces, especially for the tomato plant. I found that really valuable to just kind of see how the designers did it, and using some of these newer Lego elements, or at least elements that I haven't seen before. And then it just sits on top of a tile base with some snot bricks at the back just to lock it in, so it's not going to go anywhere unless you want to literally pop it out. But this is actually for the pizza chef, so that he can use fresh ingredients to make his pizza sauces and toppings and all that sort of stuff for the pizzeria down below. I really love that story element to it. And then inside on the jazz club section, we've got a ladder which leads into the pop-up roof entry with a few really well done design details, and in here especially there's a really interesting snot technique of how they turn this upside down, and then using this wheel arch made an extra decoration. I really love the design that went into that. And then I've just put the bunny up here on the roof for now because it's escaped from the magician, but the other element is this really, really cute squirrel that Lego has put in there, a squirrel's nest. So that's a really cool one that they've added in there. It doesn't really serve a purpose. I think they've just gone for the cuteness factor on that one, but I really don't mind. I think I think it's cute. It adds to the story, and it's just another little element and another little story of this build, which I love. So there's 8 minifigures in here, as well as 2 animals, the bunny and the squirrel. And overall, I think this is a really great set. I know that these Lego Icons modulars aren't the cheapest of sets. I bought this with my own money. You know, there's no sponsorship or anything here. But I feel like this is a really good value set for all the stories that you can tell from it. And for me, I'm going to use it for some stop motion animations and different things. So if you like those types of content, then please hit that subscribe button. It's really appreciated for the algorithm, and I want to share more great content with you like this. So overall, I would rate this set really highly, as you would expect with a set of this size, this design, and this caliber. And it gives you a really fantastic set to have on your shelf, on display, or added into your Lego city to imagine more and more stories with, or create some animations. So overall, I'd recommend if you have a few of the modular buildings or you want to get started into modular, this is a great build. It's got some awesome techniques that you can learn from. There is a link to this down in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to see what set goes really well with this building, check out my review of the moving truck just here.